The reality of President Trump's trade war sank in today.
And the financial markets sank with it. After yesterday's market rally, fear and uncertainty returned, sending stocks lower again.
The Dow lost 2.5%, the S&P nearly 3.5%, and the Nasdaq fell more than 4%.
It is becoming increasingly clear that this is a trade war principally between the United States and China, and both sides are digging in. It only got worse when the White House revealed the U.S. tariff on China is even higher than first announced.
The president says he is ready to talk to the Chinese, but even though they export millions of phones to the U.S., they are not ready to pick one up to call Mr. Trump. We begin tonight with Nancy Cordes at the White House. Nancy?
Maurice, the president may have imposed a 90-day pause on many of his new tariffs, but he did not pause the ones on China. In fact, he pushed them even higher. And those triple-digit tariffs are already starting to take a toll on the thousands of U.S. businesses that import goods from America's third largest trading partner.
So we're very, very happy with the way the country's running.
Today's market slide started while President Trump was meeting with his cabinet, and just after the White House clarified that its new tariff rate on most Chinese goods is now an unprecedented 145%.
I think that we'll end up working out something that's very good for both countries. I look forward to it.
But no talks are currently scheduled. For now, the tariff will get passed on almost entirely to American businesses and customers. And 73% of America's smartphones, 78% of our laptops, and 77% of our toys come from China.
China is the source of the raw materials for really the entire handbag industry.
Sarah Wells started her business designing bags for new moms 13 years ago. Today, she has 6 employees and imports tens of thousands of her bags from China each year. For her, the pain has already set in.
I was actually bringing over some goods from China, and in the midst of shipping those over here, the first 20% tariff hit, and I had to come up with the cash for that.
How much cash are we talking about?
I had to put up just over $15,000 to get my goods out of the port that I hadn't expected to have.
And that was before Trump hiked China tariffs to 145%.
At this point, it might as well be 1,000%. It's just insurmountable for small businesses. I mean, I can't do that. That exceeds the cost of the manufactured product.
What are your options if you have to pay $100,000 suddenly?
I mean, really, I'd have to lay off my staff to get the goods out of port, and then how would I run the business? So at this point, it's really halted ordering, which has a long-term effect, because even if the tariffs went away, say, in 2 weeks or 6 months, I'm going to have a huge gap in my inventory. I won't have product to sell, and I'll start losing sales. So all of this has a really ecosystem effect on my business from top to bottom.
Nancy, I talked to a small business owner who was trying to find an alternative market somewhere overseas. Is Sarah Wells trying to find somewhere else to get bags from?
Oh, absolutely. She has already flown to Cambodia to look into moving her production there. She says it's doable, but it would take, she estimates, about 3 to 6 months to get up and running. So that's a big lag time for her, which is why she wishes that the administration would have given U.S. businesses some lead time so they could adjust their supply chains. And by the way, Trump is threatening to impose a 49% tariff on Cambodia. So that is not a risk-free option either.
And Nancy, the president talks about manufacturing in the United States. Has she considered doing that herself?
Oh, absolutely. She says she'd love to produce in the United States, but she has looked, and there are simply no factories mass-producing bags here in the U.S., at least not right now.
Nancy Cordes at the White House for us. Thank you, Nancy.
As we mentioned, the uncertainty of the trade war is rattling the financial markets.
I talked about that today with Austin Goolsbee, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago and a former top economic advisor to President Obama. Tell me about the uncertainties of the current moment.
There's no way around viewing big tariffs as big as they've had in the U.S. in 100 years. They raise prices. And I'm out in the 7th district in the Midwest talking to business leaders. And what I've heard is a lot of anxiety. As one business executive in the auto industry told us, you'd be crazy to do anything right now and not wait for a few months at least to figure out where things are going to settle.
Help me understand the situation with China right now in what appears to be a trade war. Help people understand what that means for the economy.
China is our third biggest trading partner. There are so many things are getting shipped. A transistor shipped from Asia to Mexico, where they put it into a capacitor that's going to go into a seat assembly, but it's not. That's the seat's going to get made in outside of Detroit. If every single time something in the supply chain is going to get 125% tariff applied to it, there are going to be problems.